guys, and Tatiana. We are back in the channel. This time I'm going to review all the costumes. My top 40 costumes. I think there's like 42 costumes altogether, but I'm only going to do 40. So let's get right into it. So at number 40, I have the Spider-Man 2099 white suit. I put this one as my least favorite, and now my Spider-Man suits, my costumes or whatever, are ranked not on the capability of the powers or upgrades, but just the skin, and it's just my opinion. So if and I also mean no harm in these costumes. I've used these costumes very much. I'm just ranking them on how much I use them and how much I like um appreciated them, I would say. Um, but this one would have to be one of my least liked costumes, and I like all the costumes. Just some of them I just are not fond of. But um, I would put the 29 in white suit there because I mean I just don't like the white and the red in the game. I just don't like it. It looks like a fucking. It kind of looks like an armor suit compared to like, which it is, but it looks like when we have so many armored suits, it doesn't you know like make me want to play it. So I would have to put it at number 40. At number 39, we had the stealth suit, the one that recently came out, depending on when you watched it. The most recent costume, the stealth suit. I would say this is least liked of me. I do like how it's just pure black, but it's like so basic, and I think with the noir suit in this, which we'll get into later, with the noir suit already in the game and in the big time already in the game, you know, we don't really need an all black suit. So this is cool that they put it in, for Spider-Man Homecoming. But I mean, it's like, come on, it's just like it looks like a bulletproof vest with a mask, like in my opinion, and that just goes for the movie as well. But yeah, I have to put this at number 39. At number 38, we have the Aaron Alkman armor. I think that's how you say it. Um, you know, again, it's another armor suit that's in the game. This one is not the best in my opinion. It just kind of looks you know, like he's smaller. Like he's smaller than the rest, and I just don't want to use it so often. You know what I'm saying? So I have to put it at number 38, pretty low. At number 37, we have the Spider Armor Mark III suit. This suit, I did play this suit actually a couple times because of the upgrades, and I just like using the suits with the upgrades. But it's really slick. I can't knock it for that. It's really cool. But I mean, I just don't use it. You know, I just don't use it. It looks kind of. He really does look like Iron Man in this one. You know, there's a couple other ones where he looks like Iron Man, or like, the other like armored suit from um that he looks like Iron Man, but this one he really, really, really looks like Iron Man. He looks like a bumped up version, buffed up buffed up Iron Man. You know, he has like a jetpack in the back. This up it's a spider and shit. Yeah, but I just didn't use this costume. I use it actually often, but I just didn't use it to the point where it's like it needed to get in my top tier of the list. You know what I'm saying? Okay, at number 36, we have the negative suit, and I put the negative suit up here just because, or down below, just because it's not the symbiote, but they're looking for something to replace the symbiote because of they were doing the Harry Osborn has a symbiote at the end. Spoiler alert. I that's not my fault if you haven't played the game yet. But it's um I didn't play this one at all. I didn't play negative at all. Just because it's pretty cool because it has the negative, you know, Mr. Negative stuff on it, or like the negative stuff, or I don't know how you say it, But I mean, it's just a replacement for the symbiote suit, the black spider suit. It's just a replacement for it, which it's not. I'm not saying it's bad or anything, but I just mean that you know, with the black suit not in the game, they have us using this one, but I just think it's too bright. It's too bright with the black, too bright with the white. You know, that's my thing. All right, so at number 35, we have the Sacred War suit. Now, this suit is really, really awesome. And then again, um, all the spider suits I love. Is just some are particularly better than others, and some I just didn't use. This one I did not use. Um, as well as there's a couple better ones I think that are better than the Secret Wars suit. But man, this is really cool, man. This one is really cool. You know, to like just be around and stuff like that. It's just you know, I just never got to, didn't really get to use it and appreciate it more. But that's why it's kind of below my list. At number 34, we have the Spirit Spider. Now this one goes a little bit above the list, from where I was originally gonna put it, but that's just because the custom, like the just how different it is from the others. He has the skull, he has the like fire coming out of his head and stuff. He looks like Ghost Rider and shit, and he's buffed up. Like I just put it a little bit above just because it's so different from the others. You know, I didn't personally use it because I didn't like it in cutscenes. Like I just thought it was weird to put this in a cutscene. Like he looks like he could beat the crap out of everyone, and in the cutscene, Spider-Man's like getting his ass whooped. So I just didn't see the point in using this just because I like to feel like I'm actually in the game. This one did not feel like I was in the game, but it looks so awesome. So I will say that, but that's why I have to put it below all the rest of them. All right, so at number 33 we have the vintage comic book suit. Now this one was actually pretty cool. I didn't use it obviously that a lot because there's a couple better ones out there, but I mean it's just cool that they actually did this in the game. A vintage comic book. But the reason it's below all the rest is just because I think there's two others which we'll get into that just did this one better. It did it better than the vintage, but it does look awesome. He looks 2D. He doesn't like if he's right here, he doesn't look like he's a 3D. Because of the black that's on top of him. But he looks very 2D, which I very much love. The reason he comes out very 2D is because of the black outline. So that kind of helps image it, like show it off as like a 2D. So you can see right here, like it looks so very very 2D. I just love it, But I think there's a couple others that just do like animation or a comic book, or something like that where it brings this suit into like the real world. But I think there's two others that are better, which we'll get into later. But this one, I can't knock this one, man. This one was super awesome. At number 32, we have Spider-Punk. Now, Spider-Punk, this is awesome. Like, I can't not, like, it's just really cool. But I did not use it. Like, I did not use it. Like, I'm not a huge Spider-Punk fan. I'm not a huge Spider-Punk, like, fan of the series or whatever. But, I just never found myself using it. But I always liked it. Like I always like looking at it in the when you pick out your suits. I always like looking at the model of it. Um, but yeah, you know, like if I had to unlock it, which I didn't, because I had bought the the I pre-ordered it as well as got the collector's edition of it. So as soon as I got the game, I was able to unlock it, and maybe that's why I never used it, because I think there was so like the other two was there's two other suits, but you know I just never got to use this one. It looks awesome. Not a huge fan of Spider-Punk, um, but he just looks like a casual Spider-Man, you know, punk ass nigga. But yeah, super awesome. I just never got to use him, unfortunately, in the game. Okay, at number 31, we have the Last Stand suit. Now, this one goes a little bit above the list from where I was originally gonna put it. Um, it's more of just because of the timing, I guess, on how when I got it, that makes me like use it a lot more because I kind of got like old with all the other suits, you know. But this one goes on the list just because I just like the biker. I really do like the biker outfit, you know. Yeah, I just think that's super awesome. I just like the. I honestly love the biker outfit with the just pure red mask. You know, that's just super awesome. I just really like it. I don't use it a lot, but I really do like it. You know, I don't see a point in liking it that much. Um, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to leave it at. Okay, so at number 30, we kind of have a tie here. Now, um, I was originally gonna do 41 costumes, but I had to put a tie in for the undies and the ESU suit. Just because they're both like, it's basically the same goddamn thing. Um, but it's one with the underwear and then one with like casual was a casual shirt with the ESU suit. But that's why I'm putting him at both at number 30. You can see a couple photos that I have um, up, and you can see like what type of pictures I've done with them, you know, and there's nothing really, I just really like that. I find it funny that he's in underwear, and I just like that he puts some casual clothes and he still rocks the Spider-Man, as well um, as let me check this out. As well as they have, I really like the customization of the web shooters just on their hands. I really like it. You know, and the best part about the undies thing is that you beat the crap out of some guys. You look awesome beating the crap out of the guys. Look how buff Peter is. I mean, that's just super cool. At number 29, we have the Spider Clan suit. Um, This is one of the ones that I was referring to as the ones that I think do it better. You know, they do the 2D a little bit better, or not the 2D, so it doesn't look like it's in 2D. But it just looks like, I think it looks brighter on the screen. You know, I just like it a lot compared to the vintage. I think it does it better. It makes it, um, it brings it to life, I think. So I'm gonna have to leave it at that. Okay, so please don't get mad at me at this one, but this is at number 29. It's the websuit, um, Flash Sam Raimi suit. Um, the reason it's so below my list is, I guess, the timing of it. I'm gonna have to put the timing of it, and it's gonna have to be that I just didn't really care for it. It's super awesome to see it. I love recreating some of the stuff from the Sam Raimi series. But, I mean, I just don't care for it. And the reason the other part of the timing is just because so many people were, you know, talking so much shit to Insomniac, telling them that they wanted this fucking thing out, and they wanted it to be a surprise, and it's like all these people ruined it, you know, ruined this surprise, everybody wanted this suit, and it's like, it's like, damn, it takes away everything, and I was not fond of it, it does, remind, taking me back to those really cool Tony Maguire Sammy series, Spider-Man, but I mean, is there like really, really a point? I mean, the only reason it goes above this list is just because of, it very much looks like the classic suit. That's the only reason it does get up here. So I'll have to leave it at that. Number 27, we have the velocity suit. Um, Now on this one, the reason I had to pick this one, I actually really like it. But the reason it doesn't go above the others is because the others I kind of like from the comic books, and they all have a couple meanings to me. So, um, but yeah, I thought this one was really cool. It's a really cool armor suit, that Insomniac made. That I really like. I like the baby blue that just pops out. I think what made it better for Insomniac if it actually like lit up and lit off like boom, boom, like kind of like a Tony Stark thing. I think if it would lit up and stuff like that, I think that would have made it cooler. Um, but you know, at number 26 we have the Fear itself suit. Now this suit is cool. I like how it has the gauntlets and it make kind of looks like God of War, like Kratos and shit. I guess if you or like it looks like a badass or something. But I wasn't a big fan of you know the blue, and the Fear itself comics were pretty cool. But I mean, I just not a fan of the gauntlets or the blue. But I really like the the spider in the back. I just really like the spider in the back. I like how it's a circle. I just really enjoy that. But yeah, I never found myself using this Spider-Man. But it's like okay, in my opinion. It's not the best out there, but it's not the worst. Okay, we're going into my top 25, and at number 25 we have the Stark suit, from Homecoming. Now, the reason it goes at 25 is just because I think it's from the movies, and you're gonna see in the next in a couple more um numbers or like top tiers where I rank the other suit. But for this suit, um I put it at 25 just because we've seen it already. We've seen it in the movies. Now there's a couple, you know, some others, but we've seen it in the movies, and as much as it is cool to like recreate like some of the spider things, and there's like I think there's three more from the movies, and there's also like other times where we've seen it in other suits we've seen in video games that I have high on my list. But for it just the Stark suit didn't give me any like happiness to it. There's nothing for me. you know I could play it. It was super cool to play as it, but I mean, it didn't bring anything to the table really. Cause why would I want to wear this suit compared to the classic suit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's basically the classic suit, but not the classic suit. It's just like a remake of it, or like the made of it for Marvel, the MCU. You know, that's how I see it. Okay, so at number 24 we had the upgraded suit, which is the Spider-Man suit that comes out in Far From Home. Now, again, it's just because we've seen it in the movies. I do like it better than the Stark suit, and it could have gotten a little higher if you know if this was the original suit that they put in the Homecoming. It could have gotten a little higher, but because I like the spider in the back. I like how it's you know, it it brightens up in the black. It's on the black, but it brightens up just a little bit so you can see it. Um, but it gets higher just because of the black. It's something different. That's the only reason, in my opinion, that it gets above the 25. Just because it's different. It has the black. It looks classic. It has the black, so it gets away with it. Okay, at number 23 we had the Brazilian suit. Now, this is a really cool suit that came out during the season pass, and I think that's one of the reasons why it's not higher up, because I wasn't like looking forward for it. There's the two others that were there are higher on my list, but I will say the thing I don't like about it is just that, I don't like that his face is kind of like tucked in or whatever. You know, I'm just not a big fan of that. It's very tucked in, you know. Um, but that's the only complaint about it. Like, it's pretty cool, you know, but it's not something where I'm gonna say, yeah, let me pick that over all the other suits. So that's why he gets at number 23. Okay, so at number 22, we have the wrestling suit. Now, this one goes high on my list because I just I just love the wrestling suit. You know, I love how it's just like a fucking shirt or long sleeve. I mean, long neck, long sleeve, and he puts a spider. It's just a spider long sleeve. You know what I'm saying? Um, and the luchador mask. That should go hard. It's awesome from the comics. The wrestling suit. Um, I love that. I don't think it's, but I don't think it's actually in the comic or not in. Sorry, not in the comic, but in the game. I don't think his suit comes out in any posters, but we see in the beginning where Hogan versus I forgot what poster it was. I have to look back at it. Um, but I like how this suit. They could kind of show that this suit was actually worn in Peter Parker's history of the game. Where he actually used it because there's like kind of Easter eggs where he did start his journey in the wrestling ring. In the game. So that's why I just love it. I just love everything about it. Okay, at number 21 we have the dark suit. Um, Again, the reason it doesn't go higher on my list is because of the some other black suits that go higher in my suit. I'm not gonna tell you which ones, but or if there's any other. So you probably know. But either way, I just didn't like it. The reason I have it higher on my list is just because of the Black Widow aspect of it. I just like how it's like a it's like a fucking Black Widow looking type spider. It's a Black Widow spider. I just really liked it. I just really, that's one of the reasons why I like it. And the black suit that you get from Black Cat, I just really like it. The red eyes. Okay, at number 20 we have the Spider Armor Mark IV. Yeah, I think that's what it's called, right? The armor. I don't think it's called just Spider suit. But it's at number 20 because I just really like how bright it gets. I like the light that it comes out, the eyes. I do like that. Um, and I do like some of the cutscenes that come on. I think I used this suit when I did the Miles Morales cutscene. You know, and I thought that looked awesome. But and there's a picture. Like I said, there's pictures showing while I'm um showing you this and showing you like what I've done. But I mean, this is really cool. That's why I make the top 20. Um, I used it quite a bit, so you know, I have to leave it at that. Okay, so at number 19, I have the Cyborg Spider-Man suit, and the only reason it gets up in this list is because I just like how original it is. It has the eye patch. Just his arm is all cyborged up. You know what I'm saying? His clothes is teared. Like this is one where like um I could like literally just go anywhere in the city and just beat the crap out of any like crime dog or whatever, and I will feel fucking fantastic by it. I just love it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so at number 18 we have one of the black ones I said, but this is the stealth suit or the big time suit. Um, but the reason it goes above the list is because of his. Again, I did say it's not because of the upgrade powers, but because of the upgrade powers, I did use this costume a lot. At night or at the stealth missions, and I really like just playing with it. That's I love the spider in the back. I love how they actually put big time in the game. You know, the big time suit in the game. But yeah, I just like the green. I like the black. I'm not showing you it at. I'm not showing you it at night because I just don't feel like showing it at night. I'm too lazy. But there is one more that I will be showing you at night just because of how much I love it. But or a couple others. But the reason, you know, I just really like it. Oh, okay. So at number 17 we have the homemade suit, which is from Homecoming or from a little bit from um, Captain America: Civil War. But dude, I just love it. Unlike the Stark suit or whatever, I just really like the originality of it. And as well as in Spider-Man: Homecoming, we didn't really see a lot of it. We saw it during, the I guess when um he was fighting Vulture and when he was fighting Shock Shocker, but I mean, we don't really get to see it that often. We didn't get to see it that often, but dude, I just loved it. I actually did not play this suit a lot, but man, if you check out, oh man, look at his cartridges and everything, his web shooter. Oh man, that's so awesome. I just can't, you know. I just really like detail on this suit. You know, the hoodie, the pockets. You know, just the detail on it is so awesome. You know, this ugly ass shoes that he's wearing. If they're even shoes, I think they're fucking socks or something. Um, but yeah, I just really, really enjoy it. I like the goggles he has on his face. I really do. I just love it. 16, we have the classic suit. Um, the reason it doesn't get my top 15 is because it's the classic suit. The 16, I put it high enough where to the point where it's the classic suit. Because the classic suit is always the best in my opinion. It just looks awesome. You know, it will always be awesome because that's his suit. You know what I'm saying? If you ever think of Spider-Man, you're gonna think of the classic suit. So that's why it gets high on my list. I just love playing at the classic suit. It didn't get in at the top 15 just because you know I love the other ones, and I don't get to play them that often, and especially in open world games. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna have to leave it at. At number 16. Okay, so into the Spider-Verse suit. So the reason this one gets on my top 15 and specifically number 15 spot is because it does the best out of the Spider Clan, out of the vintage Spider-Man comic book suit. It's just so odd. Look at how I just like it. I like how it's very detailed. Has a little like six pack like right there. He has slim. He's slim from his hands, but he's still built from the shoulders. Like I just love it. And the reason it goes above the classic suit is just because I just like the animation, and I loved Into the Spider Verse. I extremely loved it. It's one of my favorite Spider-Man movies. It actually is my favorite Spider-Man movie, and it's one of my favorite Spider-Man adaptations. I think it's like probably top three Spider-Man adaptations. I would say number one would be the Spider-Man, uh, cartoon series that came out in the 1990s. Was it the 90s or was it the 80s? I don't remember, but that was a great adaptation of it. Um, and the second one, was, I would say Spider-Man adaptation for number two would probably be Spider-Man PS4. I think Spider-Man PS4 does a great job with the Spider-Man adaptation, so I have to put it at number two. And Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse would be at my number three. I still have to make a list on that, so that might go away. But for sure, number one would always be, in my opinion, um, the Spider-Man cartoon series adaptation. And Spider Into the Verse is one of my favorite Spider-Man adaptations, but my favorite Spider-Man movie of all time. So that's why it gets so above the list, because I just love it. I completely love it. I was so happy when they said it was gonna be in the season pass. I got really happy. So that's why it's on my 15. At number 14 comes the Spider Armor Mark 1 suit. Now, I feel like a lot of people are gonna knock me for this one, but I just like how it looks. You know, I like the titanium of it. I like how it has the titanium on it. It has black on it. You know, and it does remind me of one of the episodes. I think it was Secret Wars, or one of the episodes of Secret Wars. I think one of the last episodes of Spider-Man in the cartoon series in the 1980s or 1990s. I really forget, but it reminds me of one of those costumes where he kind of looks like Doc Ock, but he has the black metallic suit. I think, um, but you know, I just love it. You know, and I'm not gonna knock it. I'm not gonna say it sucks, but you know, I hope you don't hate me for putting this one like way up. But I really did enjoy it. You know, I but yeah, that's how I'm gonna leave it. Okay, so at number 13, we have the Spider Armor Mark II suit. So I completely enjoyed this one. Even the only reason that it doesn't go above on the list is because the eyes. You know, in the cutscenes. Okay, so you guys know in the cutscenes that the eyes move. You know, that's something that you notice. But for this one, obviously the eyes don't move, so it's kind of like, oh man, like that takes away from the cutscene. So I never got. I didn't really get not get to use it, but I didn't really use it because it was my decision to not use this um, suit for cutscenes. You know, so I felt that I would play it here like this. I just like the yellow and black. It reminds me of kind of like a yellow black Lamborghini. You know what I'm saying? It is fancy, it's exotic. I just really enjoyed it. You know, but I didn't want to use it because the cutscenes. It took away from the cutscenes. You know what I'm saying? So that's why. So at number 12, we have the electrically insulated suit. So this one goes a little above, a little higher than some of the rest, just because of I just like it. I liked how it's in HD. You completely show the details. You know the you know there's no problems when you look at it. You know it just looks amazing. The detail on it, and it's one of the suits that obviously like you know that's super awesome already. And with the HD product, it just looks so awesome. You know, you um, let me show you the upgrade suit. I think that's a electric push. You know, he looks awesome even with it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just have to say, man, super awesome, super awesome. Okay, so at number 11, I do have the advanced suit, the Spider-Man PS4 Insomniac suit. So, whatever you want to call it, it's at my number 11. I just like the originality of it, you know? I like, you know, I'm, I just like it. It looks great in HD. I bet it looks great in 4K. The white is super awesome. I just like the white. Um, you know, the cover, the cover case, um, I love. The statue, I love. So, I just have to say, I'm in my opinion, Insomniac did a great job making their own original costume. You know, at first, when I first saw the trailer, I was astonished by the suit. I just completely loved it. I was like, oh yeah, like the HD, the cutscenes, and the cutscenes actually with this suit is kind of really really cool, and it gets, I believe it gets a little brighter, but that's why it goes above. It doesn't make the top 10 just because I didn't want to, in my opinion, I didn't want to, like, I felt the advanced suit, this classic suit, and all the other ones, um, I didn't want them, to enter way in the top 10, because I didn't feel like they were top 10, because they weren't original. They were original, but they weren't, I'm so used to seeing those types of, costumes where it's blue and the red, but, yeah, I, I really did like it, the advanced suit. And if you see another like 40 list or top 10 list, or not, maybe not top 10, but like maybe top 15 or top 20 list, and they don't have this suit on it, uh, uh you know, um, I'm gonna have to disagree. because this is really cool. So yeah, and that's why it gets above the classic suit as well. It goes above the classic suit just because of the originality of it. Um, so yeah. All right, guys. So we're at the top 10, and at number 10, we have the noir suit. I just love the noir suit. I use it all the time. And that's why I have it at nighttime. Just because we're in the top 10. I think we're gonna go swinging for a bit on with these couple, with with these top 10s, just because they're my favorites, and you know I will miss them when I delete this game, because I have not deleted this game since I've actually bought it. I just love swinging it at night. But it just looks so awesome at night. And the reason it goes on my top 10 and not at my anywhere top 5 is just because I only like playing it at night. The noir suit, I only like playing it at night. It kind of took away if you played it in the morning, because it's a black suit. It's supposed to be stealthy, and I use whenever there was a stealth mission, I always use noir. Like it was just it was just something that I had to do. So I would say that would be the case for noir. So that's the reason why it makes my top 10. But it also doesn't, I just like. I also love how he does have a gun, in his pocket. That's just so odd. That's so detailed. Even though, he doesn't use the gun because it's obviously Spider-Man, but he still has the gun. It's like so detailed. But yeah. So that's what I'm gonna have to say about um the noir suit. So yeah. All right, guys. So at number 9, we have the Iron Spider suit. Um, you know, I know I was talking about how because we've seen it a lot in the movies and stuff, but I mean we didn't get to really see this costume as much, only in Infinity Wars. So it's, to me, it's super awesome. It's it's a costume that is just like just awesome to look at. You have the gold, the red, the blue, iron on it, and he just looks awesome. You know, I just love how they did it. And I know I said um how to say um the what are they called, the specials? I think they call it like special moves or whatever. Doesn't do anything. It's a suit that counts, for my opinion, for this rank. But I mean, look at this. Oh man, this is just awesome. It just blends with the costume. They did amazing on it. It's the red, the blue. Oh, look at that. That is just awesome. You know, that is really cool. And it has to make my top 10 for that. It has to be my number 9 for that reason alone. You know. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that suit at that. So at number 7, we have the bombastic bag Spider-Man. Is that what they call it? Bagman suit. That's what they call it. The bombastic bagman suit. But yeah, I had to put this one in my 7. I mean, I had to put it even in my top 10. It didn't make my top 5, but man, how much I love this suit. I think the only thing that really didn't, the only reason they didn't go a little bit higher on my list is just because of the paper bag, my opinion. But man, how much I love the Fantastic Four suit on Peter, man. And this game is so awesome. He looks just super awesome. I mean, look at that. Um, just look at that. Oh man, that's just super nice. And I know I reviewed this one already. Just like some of the other two I just reviewed. But this one really caught my eye. It just has the Fantastic Four. Oh my God, it's just beautiful. His pecs, his muscles, the spandex. Oh man, it just looks awesome. So yeah. Okay, so at number 6 we have Insomniac's anti-ox suit. Yeah, man, this suit is actually really cool. I, for a black suit, I thought it was better than the noir suit, just because of the yellow that comes out. How it's like, isn't it like, doesn't it have parts of well, I'm pretty sure you could tell, but has parts of Doctor Octavius's arms, his tentacles, you know, from what he was building, and Peter reuses them to fight back. You know, has the the lights, the skin tone of of his arms or hands or whatever you call them. I always forget what he calls them. But yeah, I just love the yellow. I love the black on him. And I just love how the originality that Insomniac had to make this costume. And also, I just loved the cutscene that he had with it, as well. The last cutscene in the game, or one of the last cutscenes in the game. When he's fighting Doc Ock. But I mean, just everything about it is really cool. I really, really enjoyed it. All right, guys. So we're at the top five, and before I review who are my five guys that I have, I'll make a guess. But this suit, I just extremely loved it as soon as it came out from the season pass. I believe it was the second DLC skin, or maybe the first. I really don't remember. All I know is that I just completely enjoyed it. You know, I could not stop playing as it once it came out. So here it is, the Spider UK suit. Oh man, that's just awesome. I mean, it just looks slick. You know, it's one of those skins or Spider-Mans that we never ever get to play with. Oh, that just looks so awesome. But you know, oh man, I just very much love this purple light that comes out of his arm. The web shooter, obviously. Um, but yeah, I just love everything about him, about this Spider UK. The suit. I remember when I first saw it, I was like, fuck yeah, let's get it. And then as soon as it came out, man, he looked great on HD. I mean, how can he not? He looks so awesome. Take him off for a swing. Oh, you know, it just looks badass. Damn. Damn, son, where you find that? He looks like a beast. A total beast, I tell you. Looks like that. Show you some pictures. Man, should go hard. Hey guys, for my number four, costume or whatever. You know, um, when I saw this one, I thought it was one of the better costumes that they came out with for Spider-Man, and I was actually hoping that they were gonna get this skin out for Spider-Man, for hopefully Spider-Man 2. But man, I'm glad they didn't wait. Even though I would have rather had it very earlier, but I mean, better have it late than never. You know what I'm saying? But gotta go with the Future Foundation suit for my number four pick, man. I just love the pure white. I think it's the only skin that has actual like pure white on it. Other than the Spirit Spider, that has actual pure white on it and not black. It's just purple. It's just, I mean, not purple. It has the white. It has the black spider and the blue head. But I mean, this is awesome. I mean, this is the only skin that has like a regular Peter Parker with a white suit. Actual white suit, like fucking pure, fucking super white. Look at that. Oh man, this just looks so awesome. You know, I'm a huge fan of the Future Foundation costumes from the Fantastic Four, and I just love these, man. I just love this one very much. Do I know I reviewed it? Like I said, I reviewed it, and I know as soon as I reviewed it, man, how much I fell in love with this costume. But yeah, I don't think I have any pictures of it. If I have a picture of them, my poses, then I'll show you it. But my God, this looks quite amazing. I will tell you that. It looks just phenomenal. Okay, guys, for my third favorite skin in Spider-Man PS4, these top three were very difficult for me to you know, I actually had to re-record this twice, but I realized that I just couldn't change the list. I just couldn't change it, and I just had to go with these as my top three. And yeah, So for my third favorite skin, it's a hard choice for me, but I went with the Scarlet Spider suit. Man, this just was awesome. I mean, I just love the red. I just love how much red is in it, and just the black on it, and the spider on. It's not on his back quite to say, but it's on his upper back. So man, it is just awesome. I took a lot of pictures. Not actually a lot. I think I took like maybe two. But let me go after these guys real quick. Um, let me go after these guys just because this is my third pick. So I'm gonna show them off how I want to. So, oh shit. Okay. He just looks awesome when he's beating the crap out of people. I mean, oh man, that looks so sick. You know, that looks so sick, guys. That is fucking awesome. You know, sheesh, man. I just love everything about it. I really do. This was actually gonna be my number one pick, but then I saw a couple. I don't know why I'm so up in his ass. But then I saw like other ones and the nostalgia of the other two that I have above me. But man, it was hard for me to pick this one as the third one. Oh shit, I didn't see him. Okay, I didn't get hit. But yeah, it was just tough for me. It was tough. So while I do this, and I get you a closer look of it, and yeah, we'll get to number two in just a bit. Okay, guys. So at number two, we have the Iron Spider armor. Man, this is so hard for me. This another one that I wanted to be a number one. Again, I had a tough time doing my top three list. It was very harder than the book. But this is such nostalgia for me because no matter how many times this one has been in the game or anything like that, it's one of my favorite Spider-Man costumes of all time. I mean, I just love the Civil War comic book series that they had. With Tony Stark giving him this, the only thing that when this, I wasn't happy when, well, I was happy, but like, how do I say, I wasn't pleased that this one didn't make the game, but I didn't see it until they did the season pass, like I think it was the last season pass again, just like the Scarlet Spider one, I think, right? But this one, in my opinion, is just the best out of all of them. If I'll get into why number one made number one, but if I was going off the just raw awesomeness or whatever the fuck, how fucking hard this shit went, I would have went with the Iron Spider armor, man. Fuck. Let's look at this, man. Look at that. I just love it. And I was a bit disappointed when they update the thing for the season pass, and I was like, oh yeah, let me check out how he does with the claws or whatever the the Iron Spider, um, other legs, his four legs, extra four legs, And when I did the special move, it came out blue and red and stuff like that, and it sucked. But then they updated it, and check it out. Boom! It's go now. Oh my god, I was so fucked. When I first saw this, I was marked out. I marked the fuck out. Look at that. Oh man, and it is just so awesome how much I love it. Let me go swinging with it. It's probably gonna go down, but we're gonna check out. Oh, just look at that. It's just so slick going back in and going back out. Not you know, um, but how much I love it. I also want to show you guys the fucking oh, the what's on his feet and what's on his arm, man. Such detail to this game. I just so much love it. I love it so much. Um, you know, climbing on the walls, how awesome he looks. Look at that. I just love it. I completely love it. I, it's just so detailed. The fucking Stark armor. Oh my god. And at number one, we have the Scarlet Spider suit. Yes, you saw it coming, obviously. Man, how much I love this suit. This suit is just so awesome. You know, I remember there's a couple picture of me with the achievements or whatever, how much I use this to show you how much I use this fucking skin. But it had to make my number one just because I kind of, you know, use this skin a lot. I use it very much, you know. I use it every every day I played this game. I wore it, you know. I didn't go a day without wearing the skin, so that's why it makes number one. It makes my top three all around. But yeah. So I just love this fucking you know, I just love the palettes that he has on his arms and stuff. How it's unlike, you know, it's unlike any other costume where um you know, he doesn't have his web shooters looking the same. You know how you've seen it. I've kind of went around it, but the web shooters are always been like looking the same. But this web shooter, their his web shooters or whatever, however you say it, is going around just like how it is in the Scarlet Spider comics. You know, and I just love it. I love it so much. You know, it's my favorite. Um, yeah, that's why it just it just has to make my top top my number one pick. I mean, it just made number one pick. You know, I'm flying around right now, and I just completely love this game. This might be the last video I do of it. I hope not. I think I still have much to do in this game. Um, and by much, I just mean beating the game in ultimate difficulty. But yeah, um, so that's literally what I have to say about this. I'm gonna end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed my list. I know it's kind of fucking garbage, but I hope you guys like enjoy the vid. I hope you guys make your own list as well. You know, comment on some of the things you didn't agree with and some that you agreed with. You know, I want to see you guys is what you guys think. Um, if you guys think I'm a dumbass or whatever, like be honest. Like, so yeah, that's all I gotta say. So, um, suck a dick.